Okay, hello, Ele. Hello, Rodrigo. Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher. You?
Yes, teacher, I can hear you.
Yes, okay, now I can hear you too. Okay, so thank you for waiting for me, guys. It's time to start with our class, and let me activate my camera. Let's see. Yes, now this is working. Okay, everybody, thank you for coming on time. I'm really sorry because I didn't know my audio was not working because I thought it was your audio, but it was mine. I don't know what happened, guys, because I was using my computer during the day and well, it didn't show any problem. But now everything's working, guys. It's a pleasure to see you one more time. And especially, guys, because this is the last day of classes in this week. Then, guys, we rest during tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, and we continue our classes on Monday. Guys, let's start the class, Ele, Rodrigo, and Evelyn. And let me share my screen with you to show you our presentation for today. As you may remember, everybody, today we are going to, today everybody, we are going to practice some of the topics we studied of unit number 4. Okay, remember in unit number 4, guys, we learned about the third conditional, and also we study about give me a second, we also study about the past modals. Okay, to start with this class, everybody, give me a second. Okay, to start with this class, everybody, let's start making a review. Okay, let's start with a review, everybody, about the topics we studied in this in the last week. Okay, in the last classes, not last week, because it was this week. Okay, everybody, the first topic that we studied was the third condition. Let's check some examples, guys, about the third conditional. To start with this part, I want to listen to Ele. Ele, can you help me right now with this part, the structure, the usage, and one example, okay?
Okay, it's the third conditional structure. If plus perfect conditional. Would, wouldn't, plus have, plus past participle. Use imaginary situation. If I had got a good medal, I wouldn't haven't be happy.
I wouldn't know, I would.
I, I would I would have been happy.
Nice, okay? If I had got a gold medal, I would have been happy. Okay, very good, Ele. It was nice. As you can see, guys, when we use the third conditional, we are talking about imaginary situations in the past. As you can see over here, we talk about an imaginary event, and also we talk about, or we express the imaginary result of the imaginary situation. If something had happened, what would I could have done? Okay, this is the meaning or the use of third conditional to talk about a hypothetical situation and the hypothetical result. For example, if I had got a gold medal, I would have been happy. But the thing is, the real situation is that I didn't get a gold medal. Maybe I got a silver medal or a bronze medal, or I didn't get any medal. But if I had got a gold medal, this is something imaginary. If I had got a gold medal, I would have been happy because, well, since I didn't get my gold medal, I am not happy. Okay, we are talking about, guys, unreal situations. Now, Rodrigo, can you read another example?
Yes, teacher. If I had met Susan last week, I would have given her the book.
Nice. Okay, as you see, imaginary event or imaginary situation. If I had met Susan last week, it means, everybody, that I didn't meet Susan. I didn't see Susan anywhere. But if I had met her, I would have given her the book. Okay, so we talk about the imaginary situation, imaginary result. Very good. Evelyn, can you read one more example, please?
Of course. Um, if the weather had been good, we will have gone with water skiing.
Excellent. Okay, if the weather had been good, we would have gone water skiing. It means, everybody, this is the imaginary situation. The real thing or the real situation, everybody, is that the weather was bad, was terrible. Maybe it was raining, maybe there was a storm, I don't know, but the weather was not good. It means, everybody, that we couldn't go water skiing because of the weather. That's the real situation. But if I think about something I want, is that if the weather had been good, imaginary event, we would have gone water skiing. Okay, this is the meaning, everybody, that of the use of the third conditional. Now, everybody, do you have any question about this? Is there any question or comment about the third conditional, or is everything clear?
Everything clear, teacher.
Everything's clear. Great. Okay. Let's continue, guys, and talk about the past modals. Another name that we can give to the past modals, everybody, is the modals for lost opportunities, or the models of lost opportunities. Why we call them models of lost opportunities? As you remember, guys, when we use these models, we are talking about a different situation or a different decision we would have taken if the situation had been different. Okay, so we think about how if something has changed, if something had changed, how our decision could have been different. Okay, to study this part, let me read the first explanation, and then you will read one of these models. Models of lost opportunity show something that almost happened but didn't. To use them at the past participle verb after the modals. You can also use not for a negative sentence. Okay, let's pay attention to these examples. To start, I want to hear Evelyn. Can you help me with could have, Evelyn?
Yes. Could have. Could is one of the models in the past that indicates possibility or polite request. I could have applied for the job, but I didn't want to.
Nice. As you see in this part, when we use could, we are talking about possibility. It means, everybody, that we have the opportunity to do something, but we didn't do it. In this case, because she didn't want to do it. Okay, pay attention. I could have applied for that job. I had the opportunity, I had the possibility to apply for that job, but I didn't want to. So I prefer to take a different decision and not applying for a better job. Maybe in some cases, we can apply for better job opportunities. In some other cases, guys, maybe we are not applying for a better job, but maybe we are applying to a job that we think it's a good one, okay? In this case, this girl didn't want to do it, okay? Let's pay attention now to the use of should have. Ele, can you help me with the second one, please?
Okay. Should have it. Should have mean something would have been a great decision or action. Hanover, you didn't do it. I should have studies for the test.
Thank you, Ele. I should have. Okay, as you can see here, we are talking about a great decision or action. Yesterday, I told you that should is generally used when we are talking about suggestions. This is talking about suggestions. We suggest something that would have been a great idea or a great decision. However, as it says, we didn't do it. Okay, look at the example. I should have studied for the test. I had the opportunity to study. I had the time to study. But something happened. I was sleepy. I didn't want to study. I thought I was ready for the exam. As a result, I got a bad grade. And then we use the models of lost opportunities. I should have studied for the test. If I had studied for my test, I could have, or I would have had a better result. Okay. In that example, we use the third condition, right? Okay. We think if I would have done this, or if I had done this, I would have had a different result. Okay. This is the use of should have to talk about suggestions that were great ideas in the past. Now, guys, there is nothing we can do. Okay, let's continue, guys, with the use of would have. Rodrigo, help me out with the third model.
Okay, teacher. Will have. Will have is to discuss something you wanted to do but didn't. I would have been there, but you didn't call me.
Okay, great. As you see here, we use would have to discuss something you wanted to do. Okay, listen to it. You wanted to do. Okay, you were willing to do it, but you didn't. Yesterday, we studied an example about a party. I would have gone to the party, but I was busy. Okay, we wanted to do it, but we didn't. So we are talking about just lost opportunities, talking about just regrets, talking about things that we could have done, but at the end, everybody, we didn't do because of different things. Because we didn't want to do it, because something happened, because we were busy, any other excuse that you can think about, okay? I would have been there, but you didn't call me. I was, I was willing to help you, but you didn't call me. As you see, you wanted to do it, but something happened at the end and you didn't do it. You didn't do it, okay? This is something important, guys. We have to remember about the use of the models in past, or the past models, or models of lost opportunities. This is something we have to remember, guys, because we use specific structures. In this case, we have to use could have, should have, would have, plus the past participle of the verbs. Okay? This is something, guys, that I really recommend you to learn, to remember, because it's really important. Remember, if you need to regret, use these models. If you think something you did in the past, or you could have done in the past, was a great idea, we use these models. If you think that maybe you had the opportunity to do something, but you didn't do it, you use these models. Or if you want to talk about something that almost happened, but at the end, it didn't happen, we use these models. Let's remember this, everybody, and move to the next activity. Right now, everybody, we have to use these modals. As you see, some of these sentences, some of these examples, guys, have a short explanation or they have a specific modal. For example, guys, look at number 1. We to Australia, but Greg didn't want to retire. It's talking about possibility. Now, what's the modal we use, or which is the modal we use for possibility, guys? Could have, should have, or would have. What do you think? Rodrigo, which is the modal we use for possibility?
I think will have.
Would have, okay, it could be. What do you think, Evelyn? Which is the correct modal for possibility?
Could have.
Repeat again.
Could have.
Could have,
Could have.
okay. That's another great option. Now, Ellie, what do you think? What's the correct modal? Would have, could have, or should have? What do you think?
Similar, could have.
Could have, okay. Let's try, everybody, the first example using could have. We have could have moved. Now, look at the right example. We could have moved to Australia, but Greg didn't want to retire. Guys, that exercise is correct. The first sentence is correct because we are talking about possibility. Remember that can and could is always talking about possibility, also talking about ability, but in this case, no ability. In this case, possibility. Okay, very good. Right now, everybody, let's check our next examples. Example number 2, guys, is going to be for Rodrigo. Example number 3, guys, is going to be for Evelyn. And example number 4 is going to be for Ellie, okay? Right now, guys, I will give you 30 seconds to think about your answer. And after that, everybody, we will complete the first the next 3 examples, not the first, because number 1, it's already done. Okay, everybody, 30 seconds to think about the right answer. Okay, time's up. Let's continue with Rodrigo. Rodrigo, tell me example number 2. What do you think is the right answer?
I think is should have.
Okay, can you read the complete example?
Yes. Where were you the whole day? You should have called me.
Okay, that's a great example. I like it. Let's continue with number 3. Evelyn, which is the correct option?
Like that. I think I would. I will have not spent a lot of money.
Okay, that example is right. Just we change the order of not. We use not in the first modal, okay? In this case, wouldn't.
Will not.
Very good. Wouldn't have spent a lot of money. Can you read the example again?
Yes. If I had known the economy was going to decline, I wouldn't have not spent a lot of money.
Great. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is an example of third conditional. Even though we are using could, should have, and could have, should have, and would have, as you can see, we are creating an example, or we are using an example of a third conditional, which is something similar. Oh, give me a second. Like that. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Evelyn. Let's continue with example 4. Ellen, what's the correct answer?
I think so. I would haven't come if you had told me about the meeting.
I would have
I
come
would have come
if you have
if
told me
you
about.
had told me about the meeting.
Okay, that's another great example. As you can see, it's also another sentence in third conditional. Why is this in third conditional, everybody? Because we are using the word for conditions, if, okay? That's the simple reason why this is a third conditional sentence, okay? Pretty good. Let's move everybody to the next exercises. We will complete everybody exercise 5, 6, and 7, but in this opportunity, we will start with the girls, okay? My first volunteer is going to be Evelyn. My second volunteer is going to be... I don't know, guys. It will be Ellen, okay? And then the last volunteer is going to be Rodrigo. Example 8, everybody, we will complete it all together. Okay, you have 30 seconds, guys, to think about your answers, and then we can start checking. Okay, Evelyn, tell me what is the right answer in sentence number 5.
The vendor should have opened a store in the city, but she didn't want to.
Okay, the vendor should have opened a store in the city. Okay, it's a great example. It's a good example. Thank you, Evelyn. Let's move to number 6. Ele, what is the right answer?
Okay, I think so. Lola had not eaten too much before the wedding. Wedding.
Oh, repeat again, Lola.
Lola had not eaten too much before.
Haven't eaten too much
It's
before. Had.
I think
But
so. Had or have. No.
Remember
I
that the
confused.
activity, remember that this activity, it's about the past modals.
Okay, entonces have.
Should have, could have, or would have.
Should have. Having before the wedding.
Wedding.
Yes, I confused. Wendy.
Wedding, yes.
Wedding.
What is the right answer, you said? Should have, could have, or would have. Ele?
Hola.
Hi.
My idea is had not. Okay, I silence the microphone.
Okay, I got it.
my my but I confused. I haven't.
Oh, okay. Let's check. Remember that right now we are practicing this activity. It's about the past modals. The past modals
Yeah.
would have, remember, should have. So when we are talking about lost opportunities, for example, or could have, okay? When we're talking about past lost opportunities, we have to use this structure. So imagine that when we talk about a lost opportunity in the past, these modals are married. So they are always together. Would have is always, they are always together. Should have is always together. Could have, they are always together. So in this kind of examples, because we are practicing past modals, we always have to use these two modals, would have, should have, or could have, and then the verb in past participle. Okay, Ele?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so now, after this short and quick explanation, what is the right modal? Oh, in this case, it's in negative, right? Wouldn't, shouldn't, or couldn't. Okay, which is the right one?
And this one, sure. Should have eaten.
Shouldn't.
Shouldn't.
Shouldn't have. Shouldn't have eaten.
Shouldn't have.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
that's
have
the right.
eaten.
That's the right order. Let's see. Lola shouldn't have eaten too much before the wedding. Of course, Ellen, that example is correct. Claps for you, boy. Okay.
Oh.
It was kind of difficult, I guess, but that's the right sentence. Why is it the right sentence? Because this sentence is talking about regret. Okay. Since the sentence is talking about regret or talking about something that could have been a great idea in the past, should have or shouldn't have, okay? Okay, Ele? Good, okay.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Excellent. You're welcome. Let's continue with Rodrigo in exercise number 7. Tell me, Rodrigo, what is the correct sentence number 7?
The correct sentence is my mom should have arrived by now.
Should have arrived by now. Okay, that's another great sentence. My mom should have arrived by now. Yeah, it's possible. Okay, let's continue, guys, with the last exercise. As you know, number 8 is going to be answered by all of us. Okay, let's see. Believe me, I go, okay, to the party, but I didn't have time. Okay, what is the right answer? Would have, should have, or could have? What do you think? In this opportunity, let's start with Ele. Ele, what do you think is the right answer? Would have, should have, or could have?
For me, I think so. Believe me, could have. I think so. Could have.
Could have. Okay, could have gone.
Good.
What do you think, Rodrigo?
Gone the party.
I think it is will have.
Would have. Okay, so we have 1 and 1. Evelyn, what do you think? Should have or any of the other options?
Mm, I think I will have.
Would have. Why? Well, I will ask Rodrigo and Evelyn because you have more votes. You have 2 votes. Tell me why. Why do we use would have? Why did you choose would have?
I think I changed my mind because I could have is I think is possible too.
Could have or
But
should have.
I said will have, but I think could have is possible too in this case. And
Okay.
I'm not sure,
Okay. We
but
will
I'm gonna
switch.
sí voy a mantener mi
Oh, you will
opción
keep.
primero. Sí.
You will keep you keep your answer. Okay, good. Now, Evelyn, why did you choose would have as the correct option?
I don't know. I think you don't have the possibility to go to the party right now because it's something what you have to do in the past. But you have you have an excuse. No sé.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a great answer. I like it. Very good, Evelyn. Guys, as you could hear, Evelyn mentioned 2 important things. The first one is the possibility. In this case, you don't have the possibility to go to the party, or you didn't have the possibility to go to the party. You didn't have the possibility to go to the party because you didn't have time. You were busy, you were in another important thing, so you didn't have time. There is no possibility. But in this case, everybody, would have is the right answer because we are creating or we are giving an excuse. Okay, we are making an excuse. I would have gone to the party. Maybe you wanted to go to the party, but there is an excuse. I didn't have time. Okay, you wanted to do it, but you didn't because because something happened. That's the right example, guys. So Rodrigo, Evelyn, it was a great answer. And Evelyn, that was also a good explanation. Ele, in this case, as you hear in their answers, there is no possibility. That's why we don't use that, okay? Guys, I'm really happy to see that all of you use these structures. And in some cases, guys, even though they are kind of difficult, we are using or we're trying to use them in the correct way. So claps for you, everybody. You did an amazing practice. But now it's time to check our next activity. Remember, guys, the purpose of this class is to speak, okay? To have a speaking practice. And what is today's practice, everybody? Look at this. What's a decision you took that could have changed your life if you had decided differently? Discuss it with your classmates using the 3rd conditional and past modal verbs and mention what would have changed in your life if that had happened. Tell me, guys, well, as you remember, guys, on Tuesday, we talked about an important decision in life. Then, guys, yesterday, we were talking about we were talking about the worst decision we have taken in our life. Today, guys, tell me about a decision you took, and if you have decided in a different way, maybe the things or all things would have been different. Let me tell you my example, guys, because this is something that changed, I could say that this changed my whole life. When I was 15 years old, I had the opportunity to learn English in a scholarship, but there was a problem. The thing was that I had to change my schedule at school. Since I was in kindergarten, I study in the morning. But then when I received that scholarship, I had to start studying in the afternoon. And I didn't want to do it. That was something I didn't want to do it because I don't know, I never thought about studying in the afternoon with different people, not my classmates, not my friends, different people that I didn't know. And I thought it would have been uh, a difficult change. However, my mom recommended me to change my schedule because friends or my school friends were not going to be with me the whole life. And I didn't have to lose an opportunity like that just because of my friends. At that moment, since I was 15 years old, my friends were, in my opinion, my friends were more important than that scholarship, that opportunity of learning English, that opportunity of learning computing, how to use the computer and different tools that I can use or that we can use in the computer. So I had to decide between my friends or that scholarship. At the end, because of my mom's suggestion, I decided to take the scholarship and I changed my schedule at school. I studied the scholarship in the morning, then in the afternoon, I was studying at school. Now, what's my example or what is my sentence using the grammar that we learned in this unit? If I wouldn't have changed my schedule, if I hadn't changed my schedule at school, I would have never learned English. Imagine, guys, how a decision could have changed my whole life. If I hadn't changed my schedule at school, I would have never learned English. It means, everybody, that I would have never had the opportunity to work teaching English. I would have never had the opportunity to speak to a foreign tourist. I would have never, I don't know, I would have never visited a country where people speak English, or maybe I wouldn't have been able to understand my favorite songs in English. Imagine, guys, how a decision could have changed my whole life. Fortunately, guys, I took the best decision. That it was to learn English, learn computing. Now, guys, I can work teaching English and also I can work using my computer. Imagine, guys. So that scholarship was my whole life. I could say that that was my whole life. This is my example, guys. Now it's your opportunity to think about a decision that could have changed your whole life. Okay? You will have 5 minutes to think about that situation or that decision. Okay? You had 5 minutes, guys. Think about that moment, organize your ideas, write them on your notebook if it's necessary. And then, guys, after the 5 minutes, I want to listen to you. Okay? Everybody, do you have any question?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, if there are no questions, guys, well, you can start getting ready. And in 5 minutes, guys, I will start calling one by one to listen to your stories, okay? If you have any question, guys, I'll be here to help you or to solve any doubts, okay? Very good. 5 minutes from now on, guys. Okay, guys, right now we have 1 minute and 30. So let's continue. Let's continue. If you finish, also let me know, please. The last minute, everybody. Okay, everybody, time's up. So it's time to practice. Actually, I don't know how many we are going to hear because it's almost time to go. We have 5 minutes, so we will check if I can listen to all of you or maybe one or two. Okay, to start, Evelyn, tell me a number from 1 to 3. 1, 2, or 3.
2.
2. Okay, Evelyn, you are a number 2. Okay, so you are my volunteer in this opportunity.
Me? Yes. Or who?
Okay, tell me, what was a decision that if you have decided differently, it could have changed your life?
Um, I would I wouldn't have to marry too young.
Okay, continue. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Because maybe I would have had more professional opportunities if I had not married, but uh, maybe my son doesn't exist, uh, and he's the most uh, important in my life.
Okay, pretty good, Evelyn. That's a great information, actually. As you mentioned, as well as you mentioned, maybe your son wouldn't have existed if you haven't gotten married. But I have a question. How old were you when you got married?
20, 22 years old.
Okay, 22. Okay, well, that's it's a middle time, right? To get married, but it's great. Okay, thank you for sharing that information, Evelyn. It was really good. Let's see right now, Evelyn. Tell me another number. 1 or 3?
3.
3. My number 3 in this opportunity is Rodrigo. Okay, Rodrigo, I want to listen to your examples. Okay, tell me what could have been different if you have decided differently.
Okay, teacher, I think I don't have so many of those situations, life changing situations in my life. I think the only one I have like that is the one I told you yesterday, or that if I hadn't started eating again, I wouldn't have I I don't know, I wouldn't be alive right now. And I don't know, that's really is a life changing situation or life changing decision. And I
Yeah,
don't
it is.
I can think in another situation like that in my
Oh,
life.
but that's a great situation. Actually, as you said, there is uh nothing different or nothing difficult to understand that situation because as you said, if you haven't if you hadn't eaten again, so you wouldn't have been alive. So it's kind of simple, right? Or you were alive or not. It's kind of simple, I mean, because that's the change that you could have had, that you were alive or not. Well, fortunately, you are
Yes.
alive, and now you have more opportunities in life to work, to study, to share with people you love. So that's something really nice that things
Yes, that's right.
change because of that situation. That's amazing. Well, we just have 1 minute, so Ele, you won't participate in this opportunity, but in our next class, you will be the first person, I promise, okay? We need to go, everybody, but I want to share with you our homework. Remember, it is important for you guys. Actually, it is essential. It is fundamental, guys, that for tomorrow you have, for tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. exactly. What happened? Okay, at 8 a.m. exactly, guys, you finish at least 75% of the activities on the platform. So guys, I guess you are already in that progress, in that percentage. But please try to work these activities, guys, to finish with Unit 4 before Monday, okay? There are just 2 more activities and the exam, everybody. So please complete these activities for tomorrow or before Monday. And then on Monday, guys, we start our last unit of this level. Guys, it was great to have you here to practice a little bit with
Teacher,
you.
I have a question.
Yes, Rodrigo, tell me.
And we didn't have till Monday to complete the 75% of the platform.
You are right. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot that part. Okay, you have until Monday to finish with the 75%. The last week of classes,
Okay.
guys, yeah, the last week of classes, INSAFORP is going to check on Friday. That's why it is important, guys, to finish with all the activities on Friday next week, guys, not
That's
this one.
the next week, right?
Yeah, next week. So
That's the next week.
I'm really sorry, guys. I got confused. But yes, you need to continue. Well, you need to finish with a 75% on Monday. Monday, okay? And then on Friday, 100%. But if you finish before before Friday, it will be even better, okay? Thank you for the correction,
Okay.
Rodrigo. I really got confused. I hope to see you on Monday, guys.
Yeah,
Enjoy your weekend.
you scare me.
I'm really sorry, Rodrigo. Okay, take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. See you on Monday.
Good night, teacher. Thank you.
Good night.